Welcome to my podcast. Today I'm going to talk about another case that you could find in the clinical setting or anywhere because it's common in certain parts of the world. So basically, the patient will come to you saying that, oh, doctor, I'm having this lesion on the sole and it's enlarging, nothing seems to work, and it's bulging. And it's my first encounter, and I'm not sure what's that, and if you can help me to get rid of it. So after you introduce yourself, as always, we agree, double check the patient name, date of birth. You'll ask the patient, do you have any concern? How did it start? Is there any injury, for instance? How long ago you noticed this? Did you self-treat it, for instance? He will say, well, it's a small pink raised and it's hard, and I just, went to one of the center who seemed to cryotherapy it, so they applied liquid nitrogen, either a spray or a stick, and doesn't seem to go away. However, on the contrary, the lesions keep enlarging, and the patient might say that I tried some topical medication which being given to my child, like for instance skin infection, impetigo, and nothing seems to work. Now I'm just experiencing great unease and uncomfortable while I'm walking, and I don't have any history of note of any other medical issue, and there is nothing like this in the family, and it's my first encounter. So you'll say to the patient, do you have any medication that you take for the last few years, for instance, that might be related or linked? The patient say, no, I don't have any medical problem that I'm suffering with, and just notice this lesion which seemed to be enlarging, and sometimes get ulceration, sometimes bleeding. And then you will, after you ruled out all the most important questions, you will ask, where do you live? What sort of work do you do? What's your lifestyle like? And then you say, I'm going to have a quick look to see what sort of lesion do you have. So you will see a large pinkish fleshy mass in the sole and the heel area. And then you apply your dermatoscope, which shows asymmetrical pigmentation ranging with eccentric, structureless, white, bluish, gray area. And that's all. There is nothing more than that. So you need to think carefully here what could be your differential. So you might think of basically wart, which could make sense. Also callus or corn, which could make, of course, sense. Certain benign growth like eccrine baroma, which can be derived from the terminal duct and could be connected to the epidermis. You could think of actinokeratosis, subarachnokeratosis, however, those are very rare in those kind of area. And of course, very importantly, you need to think of malignant melanoma, because, for instance, in the Far East, in the skin of color, it's more common, even if they don't have a family history, and it could be like just one solo growth from itself. So in this condition, it turned out that the lesion is acrine lentiginous melanoma, which is commonest type, occurring in patient of skin of color, and can account for 40 to 60% in Asian and African American ethnicity. So there is only, as I say, certain ethnicity which can be predominant, and you need to be more suspicious. And you need to arrange also for excisional biopsy, though it's difficult in those kind of part of the body. Can be painful, can be tricky to take it, but you need to arrange for that to reach a diagnosis, confirm diagnosis, and also send for immunohistological staining to see if it was a primary or not. So, as I say, 50% of those kind of melanoma which arise from those kind of parts of the body, they are nodular, and as the patient said, it's a fleshy, it's a nodule, it's something projecting, it's growing, it's not regressing. And it could be sometimes superficial spreading melanoma, which account for about 30 to 40%. And the nodular, more or less, is less than that. It could be like 10 to 20%. Those kind of lesion, they have those features of rapidly growing and ongoing growth, of course. And this, of course, will spread either peripherally or vertically, which in this case leading to a formation of a nodule, which the patient will say, I'm having this mass or this lump, which is quite enlarging recently. And of course, the patient is old, so you'll think also about MC, which could be another differential, but it's mostly in the lower limb, which is Merkel cell carcinoma. So that's another thing you need to think of. So in that regard, you need to assess, of course, the size. So you need to document those kind of size with the ruler. So in this condition, it could range, from 2 to 3 or maybe 6, so which is quite big. And you need to document how many skin lesions are you seeing, and if there is any physical manifestation like ulceration, bleeding, sign of itching, for instance, if there is pigmentation as well. All of that you need to document. And you need to document as well the dermatoscopically features, which is, as I say, structureless, bluish, which varies between bluish and grayish color, or if it's multiple color. And always anything with multiple color or bluish means like it's reached deep down, so it's a deep growth. It means it's reached to the dermis. And of course, this kind of cases you need to arrange. It's multidisciplinary approach, so you need to arrange for further treatment with possibly plastic surgeon or dermatological surgeon doctor, because there is a different discipline under the category of dermatology. So I hope by that I just brought up a case which can be manifested and shouldn't be missed at the first place, because if it's missed, it will be detrimental for the patient condition and his future. Thank you.